Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here to be able to say a few words in support of National Salt Awareness Week. And the first thing to say is we'll all be aware, you've probably heard it from other speakers, about the cost of the National Health Service of many of the long-term conditions associated with excessive salt intake, whether it's hypertension, strokes, diabetes. An increasing proportion of the health service budget is taken up with these long-term conditions and the drugs bills associated with them, not to mention people that lose their lives through strokes and other things. So it's not just a concern for the person, which makes us want to encourage them to look at their intake of salt. It's also a concern for the country and the budget and expenditure. It does seem to me that we're seeking to contain NHS expenditure going forward. The right way to do it is to deal with these public health issues from the very beginning and limit the costs that can happen as things go on. There's been a lot of work done on this issue, and this week is part of it. But you know, one of the reasons people don't know about their salt intake is that people eat so much more processed food and takeaway food than they ever did when I was a child. When I was a child, I don't know how long ago it was, but the only takeaway you get was a wimpy. You know, this is before, I mean, I remember when McDonald's came in, I thought they were the height of glamour. And so, you know, from having one wimpy bar on my high street, you now have a situation where on street after street, you go past all of these outlets, whether it's fried chicken outlets, or hamburger outlets, or cake shops, or whatever, all offering food with too much sugar, too much fat, and too much salt. We live in an obesogenic environment, an environment which is makes fat. We also live in a kind of saltogenic environment. Too much of the food that people consume without thinking, whether it's a bag of crisps or even these so-called health bars, has too much salt in. And I was very impressed to hear that passionate defence of cooking, because at least if you cook your own food, you know exactly how much salt there is in it. And to say something about Britain's diverse communities, many of the foods and dishes which Britain's diverse communities enjoy the most have huge amounts of salt, and people even don't really know. I was shocked to find out that my favourite Jamaican jerk chicken and rice and peas has enough salt for a week or something like that. I just didn't know. So there's a whole issue about getting people information about salt in foods, particularly salt in foods that they're eating out or taking away or getting in cafeterias and snack bars. But it's a really important issue. It's one of the simple things we can do to help our health as individuals, and it's one of the simple policy things that politicians can do to contain health costs going forward. So I'm very glad to be here supporting this event, and hopefully we can continue to make progress on this very vexed issue of the fact that so much food we eat has far too much salt in it. Thank you very much.